Hello everyone, this is Maria from Maria's Crafting Corner. I'm so excited you're here. Today is video number 2 of our beginner series guide. I'm not sure why I'm not speaking English correctly today, but it happens, so bear with me. Again, I created this series because I feel as a newer person in the card and crafting, paper crafting world, that we sometimes need more guidance, more hand holding towards what you really want to do and how to do it, how to achieve that, and and B, more importantly, how to grow in the craft, if you want to say it somehow. So if you have a card, a very complex card, and you want to make that but you feel you can't, don't lose hope. We will learn together, okay? And that's why I want to make these videos. Most importantly, I have a video number 1 that I consider is very important because it talks about measurements, and that's kind of a thing in the card making world. So if you want to check it out, and if you haven't, I will be linking it up here for you to just go ahead and learn more about that if you're interested. If you have any doubts or any concerns or whatever, please send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com. And if you have sent emails previously, I am very sorry, but there was a glitch with the email I was not aware of. We were able to fix it, so it's working perfectly okay now. So please send me an email. Now, if you don't know, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I am very happy that I joined. This has been a wonderful option for me. It was interesting. I wouldn't think of it, but it's pushed me to do things that I was not thinking I would have ever do. So it's wonderful. You get tons of benefits. If you're interested in joining, again, send me an email at maria at mariascraftingcorner.com, and I can guide you through the process if you want. It is not complicated. This is a great moment to join, because until the end of May we have a very big special. Usually in our in-starter kit, for $99 you get about $125 of product, so about 25% off, right? Because you will get that for free. Now at this point in time, for those same $99 you will get $190 worth of product. Great opportunity, don't miss it. So what are we, last announcement. If you again don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love to send you a free complimentary catalog. If you're interested, send me an email. Okay, let's go to the stamping table super quick, and I don't think it worked. Okay, well, there we are. This is the annual catalog. I just want to show it to you. It's full of awesome goodies. You will love everything in there. What's the advantage of Stampin' Up? It is that we do have great quality product, and that's not always what you find. What are we talking about today? Today, we are going to be talking about tools. Tools are very important. It's what, let me see if I can do something there. There I am. Yay, I made it. I'm getting really familiar with this program. So, and if you don't know about it, it's called Switcher. It rocks. Okay, so why is paper, and why are we talking about paper initially? Paper is very important because it's what we build things with. We have white paper. This is a regular weight, so it's cardstock, but it's not thick. We have thicker weight of paper. Let me bring it, and I know you can't tell, but this is thicker. And why do we need thicker paper or cardstock? Because, for example, for coloring, you will need a thicker cardstock, so it will be able to hold better the alcohol. For making more complicated cards, when there's different folds, you need something that will stick, that won't break, right? So again, regular cardstock and then thicker cardstock. Actually, cardstock is measured in weight. Very important to know. Obviously, the higher the weight, the thicker it is, and the easier it is to do certain things. Our cardstock is really thick. Let me bring one piece. I have several pieces in here because, of course, I'm always creating something. But this is, as you can tell, a very thick cardstock. And it's really good. See, like if you try to fold it, see how it's not easy foldable. So it's really good to make again, more complex cards. Now, what other paper is there? Stampin' Up! Has a watercoloring paper that you are able to use to just watercolor. And how do you watercolor? You can use your own stamping pads to color. I have a video showing a little bit about that I will link up here, but you can make stuff like this. You'll need this watercolor paper, but this is using the inks. And that's what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? See, you can create your own backgrounds using the watercolor paper. Okay, so very important. Stampin' Up! Has it, and again, you can create your own background to play with it, and you can make tons of other things of it. This is just a quick peek of what it's offered. Now, this is pattern paper. This is part of our new catalog. This is gorgeous specialty paper, and I'll show you why it's called specialty. It's called specialty because it has gold in it. You can see here. Now, I am showing you this not to make you feel you need to buy it, although that's how it happened to me. I saw this and I had to buy it because, like I mentioned before, I'm like a ferret. Everything that shines and is goldy, I go after them like in no second. But we utilize pattern paper a lot to spruce up our cards, right? To put some extra pizzazz on our cards. And it's really, I mean, there are many out there, of course. Stampin' Up! Does have like award-winning, beautiful paper that you can utilize. So that's my spiel for paper. Let me show you real quick a couple of cards that have to do with that have some extra beautiful paper. Sorry, I'm back. So these are two cards that I've made recently in a couple of other videos in my card classes. But look at that paper. Look at the beauty of it. Okay. So the card itself is cute, but this is all our paper. Let me show you more. There's this other card, which is also paper. Look at that. Isn't this gorgeous? And on top of that, these flowers are part of the paper. And this is what I was telling you about having a thicker card, because you will need sometimes to create, or you will want to create something like this fold, and you will need a thicker card. And our card, as you can tell, bodes very well. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that real quick so you could see some of our beautiful, and why it is important to have that beautiful paper, because the paper can be the whole card. Again, going back to this card, this is a fan fold, is what we call a fan fold, but this card is mostly the paper. This is paper, this is paper, this is paper, this is a little stamp, and the rest is, again, paper. Look at that. The paper is what makes the card. I mean, there's stamp, and of course, one of the wonderful things about Stampin' Up! It's the color coordination. So this is our new colors. Stampin' Up! Brings new colors each year. So this year, our ink colors include this red that's called Sweet Sorbet. But if you tell, this ink is the same red, and it's this color coordination that, I mean, it's awesome. Same here. So this is our petal pink, and this is our petal pink color, and if you can tell, it's the exact same color. So definitely there is things that it's needed. Now, going back to, I forgot to bring you, Stampin' Up! Also sells specialty paper. One of them is vellum, and vellum is very good to use just to play and create. Look at that. So this is the same paper, but I put a piece of vellum on top of it, and so it kind of diffuses the intense of the color and allows me to put this cupping here, be able to see the cup, but still have some of that hint of the paper in the back, okay? And I want to show you these. This is our thicker cardstock, and we're going to we're going to use Stampin' blends to get this kiddo color. And and don't worry, I'm not going to do a long thing, but I just want to show you why it is important for this to be thicker. So this is just a quick coloring. Okay, if you're going to color, if you want to learn more about it, please let me know. I can make a video about just coloring. But look at this. When you do, then you'll go back with your darker color, let's say there, and then you'll go back with your lighter color. Okay? And so what that means is that this paper needs to be thick enough to take in all that alcohol. These are alcohol blends, and that way you will be able to, again, take it. You have to take it all in, okay? So let me show you. The back will look like this, but that helps. The fact that this cardstock is thick, it would not do something that's called bleeding. And when it bleeds, it means that the paper is so saturated that the ink starts like moving forward, like it just goes over the the line here. So again, having the right cardstock to do certain things is very important, like I showed you. Okay, so this is just a quick example. Now, what other tools do we have? Let's go back to the very basics. Adhesives. There's a huge amount of adhesives, of course, but we're going to go with what Stampin' Up! Has, and it has a variety. And let me bring a couple of extra ones because they are fun to use. Okay, so we have all these adhesives. This is what we call our Stampin' Seal Plus. Is our very, very strong adhesive. It's a roller, so going back here, you can roll on it. Awesome. I love the Stampin' Seal Plus. It's very useful, and yeah, I cannot live without it. Now we have the regular glue. As you can tell, I've used this poor guy a lot. It's Stampin' Up! Sells the multi-purpose Tombow glue. Very nice. Ours have a little tip here, and then a bigger tip if you ever use it. I don't think I've ever used this one. Maybe I should more, but I don't. And finally, I want to show you something. I have these specific for super tiny, tiny dots. And let me see, you will not be able to see it, but it does make the tiniest of dots of glue, and I love it. This is not sold by Stampin' Up!, but I have a link to it down below, and you'll go to Amazon. And Amazon, I don't really earn a whole lot of it, but it's really worth it to have it. All I do is pour the glue in it, and it'll be very good. Okay, let's move this back. Now, what else do we have? We have something that's called tear and tape, and as the name suggests, you tear it. Very sticky glue, very sticky on itself, and then you put it in here, and then you remove. And I don't want to give up the other tool, but I may need it because I can't do this on my own anymore. You know what? At some point, yeah, I'm cheating. This is the other tool. This is our take your pick. Do you see how much I was struggling with that? Look at that. Take your pick. Let's stick with the adhesives, and then we'll talk about your take your pick because that is the bomb. Very useful. It's really, I consider that between these and the glue, it's cheaper to use. I use this most of the time. I love these, and I use it on the videos all the time just because it's much easier. You just roll it, right? It's the best. But we have these two other options. On top of that, Stampin' Up! Has a whole line of design of foam adhesives, and foam adhesives are awesome for creating cards. I think I'm not missing anyone. Why are they so awesome? Let me bring back up. Let me bring back this up. Not this one. I think this one will do. Okay, so these, I don't know if you can tell, this little cup, it's popped up a little bit, and it has, can you see it? It has a dimensional in there. So dimensional just helps you pop up things, right? Giving a little bit of more 3D feel to the card. And so Stampin' Up! Has bigger dimensionals. These are the regular dimensionals and mini dimensionals for those smaller areas. It has black dimensionals, which I really love. I have made, when you make cards that are in black and you want to pop something up, you're really going to need the black dimensionals. It has straight dimensionals, straight strips of dimensionals. I don't know if you know what shaker cards are. If you don't, we'll get there eventually. But these are super useful to do with those. You don't have to do a whole lot of cutting. And finally, they have blocks of dimensionals. And so, for example, I'm looking to see if I have it here, but I don't. You can use this block. Let's say, put a die cut and die cut it with it, and then you'll have the actual width of it. So let me see where I put that friend. Okay, I found them. Let me show you. So this is what I mean. This word is a die cut. We'll talk about them. So I cut this, right, a little bit because I don't need all of it. I put the paper in here and then run it through the die cut machine. And we'll talk about die cuts in another time, but that's why this is so impressive, because now this itself is, the whole word is thicker. And so you can do something like this. Okay, now what I want to say this, what about, oh, let me show you this about the what I was talking about, the dark dimensionals. See this card has a lot of pizzazz to it, but if these were white, this has this, actually this has some of these, and if these were white, you would see it through here. Let me see, it's hard to see, but bottom line, if this were white, this is black. It's hard to see because it's black, but that's the reason why having black ones are so important, because they're super useful. Okay, here we go with all our all our glues. What next? Take your pick tool. Really, best in dollars ever. Like, no kidding. So take your pick tool comes with a interchangeable head. You can put back one here and have a little spatula, very useful. Or these to do some I don't know how you call it, but this will help you with flowers to make them beautiful and whatnot. I absolutely love this. Pick your tip. Take your pick. Pick your tip. Really? Take your pick is probably one of my most used tools here in my craft room. And as you can tell, I'm going to put it up here. It's messed up because I use it. Now it has a putty and that helps you with picking up things. And let me, like if I have this, I'll pick that up. Okay. If you like to use, let me bring some out here. If you like to use our gems, we have tons of them. You can just go ahead, use it, and it will stick to it, and then you'll be able to use it. And by the way, oh, not that one. You can also use this. Again, there is no end to the things you can do with this, right? I am not going to lie. I use it so often. When I was talking about let me show you a little bit about the flowers. I don't have any flowers here per se, but let me bring a piece of cardstock and show you what I was talking about. And I don't have any here. So, oh, you know, this will do. Sorry, it's a messy one, but if you have a softer base or foundation, then you're able to work with it and create some, how would you call it, dimension to it. Let me make it more here. It's probably going to be more noticeable. See, as you do that, it's going to start creating and telling the paper where to go. And we can work on that. We'll make flowers with this one day, so you guys can learn about it. But again, best $10. I think it's like $10, $11 that you get. Don't hesitate. Go to my online store at mariascraftingcorner.com and get it. Like, really, it's super useful. So what's the next one? Let me put my ugly, messy drag there. The bone folder. Another $10 that you will not like. You will not get something as useful as this. Kind of what we were trying to do. It will help you fold. Like if you have a fold and you need to tell it where to go. So flowers, think of flowers. I always think of flowers, maybe because I like them so much. You can tell the flower where to fold, right? That's the first thing. We use it a lot to enforce our when we score and we have a fold, so we're telling the card where to go here, right? And with the bone folder, it stays perfectly in there. Now this is a little bit dirty, but it's just for the case of showing you, okay? Super useful for many other things. Again, must have. Finally, not finally, but the silicone craft sheet. Why do I love it? First of all, I'm a messy person. I don't know about you guys, but I am messy. And so, you know, when you do this, and of course it's not working because I'm talking to you, but let me open this real quick. I have a long, just a long thingy here. It's the one that helps me with whenever it gets stuck. There. So you can start it there without, you know, when you see this one, how big it comes, like, I don't know why, but it always like goes for it, right? Nothing that's in here will stick here. So, okay, now it's not wanting to go, but whatever. Since it's fighting with me, let's use this one. Nothing sticks to it. Once it's dry, it will, you will be able to remove it, and it's a blessing. You just don't know how messy you are until you are working in a craft room, I think. And this is like dummish because I'm trying to, this is not going to stick really. There you go. Phew, because that's the whole goal, is it won't stick, right? So see, it just comes out completely easy. And as you can tell, I have a lot of glue. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see it. Maybe there's all that thing that is there. It's just glue that because I've been using it, and you can just go over it and nothing again sticks to it. And so it helps you to have your, see, everything moves on. And then your space will be clean and not gluey, and because that's the worst, right? I don't know, I just make so many messes. This is called the silicone craft sheet, the Stampin' Ups too, and you will love it. So these, right, glue, here we have the Stampin' Seal Plus. Now the basics, right? Let me throw that away. A pair of scissors, which I can't find now because I've been using them today. Our scissors are smaller. They're what we call snips. They are great for fussy cutting, which is cutting around a shape, just like I did with this. So you can cut around the shape. It helps with like the little smaller images, sorry. So this, and the trimmer. And by all means, the trimmer. The trimmer, I cannot live without it. I know we talked about it. You can tell how messy it is. I need to clean this, poor soul. I use it in every single card because you can start with your own basic cardstock and build magnificent cards from here using all the measurements. Check out that first video and learning how to use it well. I always say, you know, if you're just learning, start using cheap cardstock. I have a lot of cheap cardstock that I have, you know, acquired through the years. And I will not change this trimmer for nothing. Nothing. I've learned so much. Thank you to the trimmer. Okay. What else? I would say a must-have in your craft room is a pencil. And I'm not promoting this pencil, but a pencil and a notebook so you can write your measurements, and if there's anything that you want, yeah, that it's very important. So a pen and of course an eraser. Finally, and this is not Stampin' Up. Oh, I forgot. There's some adhesives that are called glue dots. I'm just almost done with them. Very useful. But I have a glue eraser. Okay, and this is not sold by Stampin' Up, but but I have it linked below to my Amazon, and this is really amazing. You know, when your glue gets thick like that and you're trying, it just erases it. It's amazing. It's a must-have. I am not kidding. This is a must-have. This is a game changer. I don't know how many times I have messed up with the glue because I do that very often, let's be honest, and this has saved me completely from it. Okay, so those are to me the most basic tools that you will need in your craft room. Let's go over them again real quick. You'll need to know about paper, so the types of paper, you know, so the difference between paper and cardstock, it's measured in weight, that depending on your project, you are going to need it to be a little thicker or not as thick. Pattern paper is very important because it helps decorating. I'm going to bring the beauties up here. And then that there's watercolor paper that you are able to kind of create your own backgrounds and your own beauties with it. I have seen very beautiful things. I show it to you. This is just me playing with it, but you can create gorgeous backgrounds. You can just stamp in here and then paint, let's say, a flower or whatnot. So paper, very important. Adhesives, we have a gamma of them, right, between the dimensionals, and I'm just going to bring one pair of dimensionals, the different types. So this is foam adhesive, right? In the different types, we have our basic glue, we have the Stampin' Seal Plus, and the tear and tape. You're going to need scissors. You are going to need a take your pick and the bone folder. I know it sounds very dramatic, like you're going to need, but it's really a life changer. And finally, see that the glue is already getting dry and you can just remove it from there. Huh? Isn't that amazing? You're going to need a silicone craft sheet. It's just saves it. Maybe you're not going to need it, but it's definitely good to have. And these three tools are not expensive tools. The trimmer is around the 25. Let me double check that for you so I don't lie to you, but I want to say the trimmer is like $25, but the take your pick and where is it? The take your pick and the bone folder are, yes, around the $5. So the trimmer is, like I said, $25. I want to point something out about the trimmer. And it is that it has a little hole here. It's hard to see, but it has a hole there. And then you can interchange, you can change your blades. And Stampin' Up sells the blades. You can see that this has been very used. And so when it's getting a little dull, you can interchange the blades. I actually keep my older ones for other cuts. So, you know, I don't know if I don't need a clean cut on something, and the only thing that occurs to me is when I cut my magnetic sheets. I use my magnetic sheets to hold my dies. Let me show you real quick what it looks like. So this is a case, and I use this magnetic sheet so my dies stay in place. And they come in bigger sizes, and so I cut them. And so I use this one, and I have it separately. It's an older one. So I keep my paper cutter, my paper blade, I keep it always as sharp as possible. Okay, so that's important. Sorry about that. I just saw the blade and remind me. So that the trimmer, and let me see. So this is $25, and I am not telling you that you have to go get it right now, but I just wanted to make sure that I was not lying to you. This is $20. This is $10, and the bone folder is like $10 too. Actually, the bone folder it's $7. So, you know, this is to me basic. This is a want. I can't live without it, but I understand that, you know, we're all in a budget, and so we don't want to get it right away. And I know we all mostly have some glue and some sort of, you know, extras in our household. I love dimensionals. I think it's a great idea to make your cards look different and more professional, and definitely worth it. And Stampin' Up's dimensionals or their foam adhesive is thicker than the regular foam adhesive options that I've seen in the market. I am not lying about that. I have had a lot of them, and this one is more even. This is thicker than these a tiny bit. I don't know if it's hard to see, but this is thicker, and it's thicker because we'll work on shaker cards. Shaker cards need a little bit of a thicker foam. Okay, I've been talking too much. I don't want these videos to be very long, but these are to me the very, very basic tools. If you not this one, but you know, some adhesive is. If you have any doubts, if you would like to chat with me, just send me an email to Maria at Maria's Crafting Corner. If you want more information, don't hesitate to contact me. We can chat about this, and we can learn together. Again, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and we have annual catalog just came out. If you would like the annual catalog, please send me an email at mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will send it to you for free. And if you've tried to contact me in the past, I am so very sorry about this. It is true. My email had a glitch, and it has just not worked. It had not been working for a while, and I didn't know it was not working. Okay, so you have your list of things that you need, why you need them, and we're going to go next week into stamps. That's going to be our next stamps. What do they look like? What do we need for them? And go from there. And we're going to build our first simple card. And I'm really excited to show you how simple can making a card be, and it has not to be a complicated thing or a, you know, overwhelming thing. Okay, it was really nice to have you guys here. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know, it helps us tremendously here in YouTube. I do have an online card class if you are interested, and all you need is to buy $35 or plus before shipping and tax to be part of the class. I will provide you with the video, with a PDF tutorial, and this cards class, it's beautiful this month. I have to say, I love it, and I would love to show it to you at some other time. Actually, let me bring them real quick. It's playing with acetates. So this is one of them. This is the other one, backwards. This one that stands up. Look at this. This is not part of it. Look at this card. And this is just acetate. Okay, this other card, there's a lot of techniques in here, but you will be able to get that video and do it slowly. Take your time, and I'm always available. And this one is part of that card classes again. Okay, so if you're interested, again, for $35 or more before shipping and taxes, you will be able to get the class for free. Actually, these three things, these three basics, will get you to the card class, and then we can build together and create together. Okay, I hope you have a blessed day, and see you next time. Thank you.